What is good, my people, my peeps? Well, here's another one, a late night live. You know how I do. Yeah. When it hits me, and I just have to come out and speak on it. So, you've seen the title Tears of a Black Woman, a demon slayer, a witness, a soldier. Yeah, for the Most High God. Well, my nose may be a little stopped up right now because of the tears of a black woman, the title of this late night live, hence my nose being stopped up from crying after hearing a story from the Bible that, I will let you hear at the end of, or whenever I feel like inserting it into this live stream tonight. Tears of a Black Woman. Hmm. Yeah, I shed tears like all of us do, men and women. You see, hmm. But for me, I thought I'd share this, I don't know, confession, if you will, with you all about tears of a black woman. Well, at least the tears of this black woman, Nikki Nicole. And it can be really tears of any black woman if you think about it, because our tears, well, our tears are dissected. They're diced and sliced, and they're put into categories of being false, not real, not having any, well, you see, any emotions associated with our tears. Tears of a black woman, you see. And I actually was on my way to sleep like most of you are right now because this is a late night live. So you might catch this in the morning time, but nevertheless, I woke up because I was playing Bible verses. I was playing, scriptures, and one of them caught my attention. It woke me from my slumber. But before I go into that, I want to say this about tears of a black woman. And I'm going to speak regarding me as a black woman. In society, our tears, how our tears are viewed. And unconsciously, how I actually displayed my tears, my emotions. Hmm. Thought about this. And I said, this is it's interesting how when I was growing up, you see, with me being disciplined when I did anything wrong, anything bad. Well, you see, I had this perfect sweater that I would put on, and I wouldn't shed any tears. I wouldn't cry. Even when my mother disciplined me, gave me a spank and a whooping in the Black community as we know it, you know, and I wouldn't cry. Mother would say, "Oh, she's so stubborn. She is just a stubborn child." But you see, I was a young child. I don't know why. At that very young age, I didn't want to shed any tears. Hence the title, Tears of a Black Woman. I remember one point in time in my life where I was being disciplined and I was in trouble. And so I was getting a whooping. Yep. I wouldn't shed a tear. And my brother said to me, "Just cry. Just cry." During the time I was getting the whooping, I could hear him off to the side saying, "Just cry." And my mother stopped whooping me, disciplining me. I remember that. Life continued to move on, you know. My tears as a Black woman were never associated with needing help, feeling, well, helpless, fear. At some point, sadness. My tears weren't associated with that. You see, they were held back. I can't tell you why. They were held back for moments like, well, when I got older, not too much older, but old enough to go to school, old enough to run into incidents with people who just would come and start fights. Boys would just randomly come and start fights. And so I noticed that the tears of this Black woman would fall, you see, when I got angry. Yeah, anger. The tears, my tears fell. They were associated when I got mad. They've pushed me a little too far. So when my tears begin to roll down the cheeks of my face, how do we say it? It was on and popping. Yes, indeed, it was on the fight ensued. Yeah. And that's when I knew I was mad enough to fight. This went on through my adolescence, well, my preteens, my adolescence. I remember being in fights in high school, and most people would associate someone standing there with tears rolling down their face, as if they're weak. But that was never the case with me. If you triggered tears to roll down my face, well, then a fight was to ensue. As I got older, I realized that people, well, you see, people they try to trigger people to be sad or upset, and they try to read your emotions. Well, my emotions were not that you see me cry, that means I'm sad. They were not set up that way. My tears. When I grew up, when you see tears, that means it was time for me to defend myself. And that's what I did. But maturing and coming into age and marrying and all of that, when I started to display my tears as true emotions, true feelings of sadness, if I started to show my tears, when I laid down that fight that I had in me, you see, even my brother could read me as a person growing up. If someone messed with me, you see, he could see tears start to form in my eyes, and I can remember him saying, "Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh, you better watch out." And people would be confused. The look on their faces even showed confusion. Uh-oh. And she's about to cry. What is uh-oh? Well, he knew what the tears in my eyes meant. He knew that those tears represented rage, represented fight, not sadness, not retreating, but heading forward into the fight. That is what he meant by uh-oh. But as I got older and matured, I didn't cry often because there was no need to take those tears and what I had done in the past as a child. I misrepresented, if you will, my tears by displaying them only when I was ready to fight, ready to engage in a battle, because I had been pushed to the limit, you see. Well, as I got older, I didn't cry as much because I knew how to express myself better. So when I displayed tears, they were more on an emotional side, a feeling side of, I feel your emotions, I can relate to what you're going through. Or if I was sad, not angry, you see, tears of a black woman. Well, you see, I am not. Hello, hello. Good day. I hope you see that you are a moderator. I can't tell on this app, but yeah, I did make you a moderator. So I hope that you can see that. Maybe if I turn this on, I can see myself. Um, so when I was, mature, I realized, my tears they were to express more than anger. Oh, you can't? Oh, that's okay. That's what's up. Because I know you're on the other side of the world, so you might catch a live, might not catch a live, but it's all good. Whenever you can, block these demons and haters. You know how it goes. Um, so when I grew up, I realized not when I grew up. Let me say when I matured, my tears were more of expressing how I really felt. You can see it. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's so funny. All right, that's what's up. So I could, express myself more. So I didn't have to use my tears didn't well up when I was just at that point of I need to fight this person. It's on and popping. That was my younger self, not understanding really how to deal with the emotions that I was feeling. So as I grew up and became of age and married and, you know, all of that jazz, I would express myself. And if I shedded a tear or two, well, it was exactly for the reason that I was shedding tears because I was happy, or it was because an emotion moved me, like a sad movie. Like right now, you probably are like, Nicole, you sound stopped up. Yes, because I was shedding tears earlier because I was awoken out of my sleep by this message I was listening to about Jacob. And the wrestling of what I'm going through in life and what all of us as chosen ones, as TIs go through in life. Um, a lot of us wrestle with the path that we are taking, the path we should take. Uh, it's a fight, it's a wrestle. And for me, I know people that visit my platform, come to, listen to me as a chosen one, as a TI. I do speak about being awakened, but also spiritual encounters as well. And how my tears as a Black woman really are not taken for what for their worth. Let me say it like that. And this is, I'm not saying this is about any community, because some of our Black men, our Black leaders, I've heard on platforms say regarding Black women's tears as, what are you crying for? Suck it up. I don't want to hear, I don't want to see anyone crying. I don't want to see you crying. Your tears are fake. And then on the other hand, they'll say, well, you see, Black women don't show that they're feminine. That's why they want the other nations of women. Well, sir, you are confusing me. You are confusing me, and most likely you are confusing other Black women when they actually finally show you or display to you their true emotions, the tears that women, period, not just saying Black women, but women, period, are emotional creatures. And so if they display tears or they're crying, then you dismiss their tears and say, suck it up, as if you want them to take on a masculine energy. The confusion that is out here is so very real today. I'm like, do men really know what they want? They don't want women to be women and to show their femininity, their vulnerability. And when they do, in the form of tears, well, then they're liars or they're narcissists. And now, don't get me wrong, there are women narcissists that will use tears, but that's not the only way to spot a narcissist, a deceiver. So, when women display their tears in this society, from the men as a whole that I'm witnessing, suck it up. Your tears don't mean nothing to me. Well, then they say they don't want masculine energy. Sir, you're speaking with a double forked tongue. For women to be and exude all of their femininity, well, you might get a few tears with that, even from Black women. I seen a lady on TikTok and she says, yeah, I'm retiring the title of strong Black woman. Yeah, that title does not fit me. That title was placed upon me. I'm retiring that from me. So when you see me, don't consider me as the strong Black woman. You see, I understand that wholeheartedly. You see, even in the workplace, If you raise your voice an octave higher, oh, I'm scared. People act like they're shaking in their boots because you are a black woman who has stated something factual in a stern, direct manner, and now everyone is afraid. Why is that? Why must you come in hucklebuckling and jiving and yes sir, instead of stating things as they are and keep it moving? You can't. So I understood what the woman was saying when she says, I'm retiring that title from me. Even with myself, that has happened on this platform. I'm sure some of you guys have witnessed, you know, me be emotional and say, I've tried to help people. I've tried to bring people on to platforms or interview people, and I was attacked. Your tears are fake. When I heard that, I was like, wow, wow. It is ingrained in all nations of men and women that if a black woman shows her tears, they're not real. And I thought about that tonight, and I was like, I wonder if that's why my tears as a youth were only displayed when it was time for me to go to war, to battle, to fight someone. I never displayed my tears with actual sadness, happiness, other emotions. I found that interesting. But what awoken me tonight, I want to share with you all, is Jacob's journey in the wrestling he did with the angel. Because you see, I have been wrestling for a minute, for a while, as a chosen one, as a targeted individual, wrestling with the direction I should go in my life. The career path that I should take or should venture off of, things of that nature. And so it blew my mind as I was asleep and was awoken by the journey of Jacob, because of the wrestling that I have been going through. When I was awoken as a chosen one, as a targeted individual, I actually have encountered spirits, demonic spirits. So I know that they are real. Even before my actual awakening, the Most High was sending tests to me. I've explained, or I've told you all my experience when I was in a store and a man entered the store And I actually could feel the evil exuding off of this man so very heavily that I was in an alleyway looking at something in the store. I actually had an item in my hand. And this man passed my aisle. And it made me look up and look down the alleyway as he was walking past the aisle. And the evil that was coming off of that man shook me to my core being. I instantly put down the item I had in my hand, the basket that I had in my hand, and I walked out of that store. And I went home. At that time in my life, I didn't know why I could feel this man's spirit and the utter evil that exuded from him, but I did. And it made me not even want to be in his presence. But there was a time, I don't know if I expressed on here before that even occurred. When I was a teenager, just like most teenagers, or most, not, I don't want to say just like most teenagers, because most teenagers, this experience has not happened to them. But in the Black community, unspoken atrocities occur that are, well, kept under wraps, that are not spoken. So, as a teenager, we're going to go back a little bit. A family friend, not my friend exactly, but we knew him. A neighbor asked for a favor. You see, as a young child, as many of us are naive, I was very naive. Asked for a favor. Could you do me a favor real quick? Can you sew these pants up for me? Because see, when I was growing up, we still learned how to sew, how to do things of that nature. Not like today's youth. Oh, yes. Well, yes, indeed. Being that you're someone I know, come in. I'll sew this up. Naive, you see. Not scared. No alarm bells were going off. So I took the item into my mother's sewing room and began to sew as the young man waited for his item. I said, I'll be right back. I had to go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom and I come out. I open the bathroom door And there he stood. Well, I don't want this to be X-rated for you. So we'll say what you already probably know occurred. The R word. Rape. But I tell you this story because it wasn't just about rape. It was about the Most High showing me evil. Evil. The presence of a demonic spirit in someone's eyes. You see, I've always paid attention to people in people's eyes. This wasn't the same person who entered and asked for a favor. Asked, could you sew these items for me? When I opened the bathroom door, I saw a demon, pure evil. The incident went by like a flash, like it didn't even happen. I tell you what stayed with me in my mind's eye that I see today is not the rape. It is the demon that I saw. The evil that I knew that shook me to the core when I saw it in this person's eyes. That is when I knew evil existed. Fast forward to the store. When I had the items in my hands and a person simply walked in, I never laid eyes on them. I was in the alleyway, remember. I could only feel at first the evil coming off of this person, which made me look down the aisle. As I looked down the aisle, I seen the person walk past me. That person never looked down the aisle at me. They just walked past me, and I looked and felt the evil on this person. That is what made me put down the items and go straight home. Do not stop. I tell you, the Most High God opens our eyes in ways that you may not feel. You know, for us as humans, at kind, I guess I could say it like that. Rape? That's horrible. Yes. Gosh, why would you feel the presence of evil in a person. Well, it didn't stop there. I continued on with life. Many other instances happened, but I kept blowing them off. But then they started not to only be about the presence of evil. You see, the Most High God wanted me to start calling on Him. So, I recall walking, trying to stay in shape. Didn't take anything but a cell phone and my keychains. Walking on an installation, a military installation where certain animals are allowed to be had as pets, just like in certain residential areas. Pit bulls and any dangerous pets that they consider dangerous are not allowed, in these rentals or military installations because of children running free. But I'm walking, and instantly 2 pit bulls are charging me. And I'm shocked at first because pit bulls on a military installation, but they're charging me full force. I look to my left and my right. There's nowhere to even run, jump, hide. The only thing I could do was stand there and call on the Most High. A simple word I said as they approached and get ready to pounce. I mean, literally inches away from me. I said, Father. I knew these dogs would tear me to pieces. There was no one around. I mean, absolutely no one. Not an owner, not people around. It was strange, to say the least. I looked at those dogs, and before they pounced, I said, Father. And they stopped instantly, as if they were froze in their place. And all I could hear were mild growls. Constant growl. As I looked dead in their eyes, and they could not move. For most of you all, you may not understand the severity of this instance unless it happens to you. But these dogs were on the attack. These dogs didn't move as I slowly dialed for 911 and my ex at the time, my husband at the time, now my ex-husband, to come. These dogs didn't move until they came upon the scene. And then out of the blue, down the pathway, someone at the end of the path called these dogs. They broke their gaze on me and ran away like puppies, but they weren't puppies. They were full-grown dogs. Pit bulls, not allowed on this installation. At the time, my heart was racing. My adrenaline was up. My ex had got there and I got in the truck. And then I didn't realize, wait a minute, where did those dogs go and that person? They were gone. Tears of a Black Woman. Demon Slayer. A Witness. I think this is the title of this live tonight. Chosen Ones and TIs. I believe we all have a purpose here. And I know that I am struggling, wrestling with my purpose. Because you see, the struggle that's coming into play is me being a woman. Mm-hmm. But the things that I've witnessed are supernatural. Fast forward to my awakening into this program, being a TI, also realizing that I'm a child of the Most High God. Waking up to literally being pushed by unseen forces, pushed in my apartment. Freaked out so very, very badly. I ran to my mother's house. I drove like lightning. Then I realized shortly that even though I went and laid down in the guest bedroom of her house, the pushes started to happen in her house. Being pushed, like a human hand is pushing me. But not just one, several. So I got up and I left her house because I didn't want to bring any evil into her house because I thought it was following me, which it was. You see, you can't run from spirits. So I left her home because I didn't want to bring anything there. I just didn't know how it worked. I didn't know how this was happening, you see, because the church never taught us this part. So I went home and battled and struggled with these spirits. But before the pushing of the spirits, the night before, when I was asleep and I felt the presence of something come into my bedroom, and I woke up, I sat up in the bed. I wasn't even scared. You would think I would have been alone, single, with a dog, a chihuahua who couldn't hurt a fly. You would think I would be scared. I felt the presence come into the bedroom and I sat up and I said, well, let's go. Because I was ready to fight. And I tell you this, and I will tell it again and time again. I was pushed against my bedroom, my bed, my headboard, pushed literally with force, as if something pushed me and grabbed me around my throat. My people, my peeps, tears of a black woman. Well, tears rolled down my eyes because at that moment, I was not scared. Those tears, those tears let me know that we serve a living God. I knew, just like I knew at the moment that that young man came into my home to rape me, and I looked in his eyes and seen evil, just like I knew when I was in that store and that man passed me and I felt the presence of pure evil. Well, that night, when that entity entered into my bedroom and pushed me against the wall of my bed, my headboard, I knew it was pure evil. But this time, the Most High was not playing games with me. I said, Jesus, as tears rolled down my eyes, and the presence instantly left. And I knew that we serve a living God, that the Bible is real, that Jesus is real. After that, I started battling these demons that came in and was pushing me and pushing me. And I had to learn how to go into spiritual warfare with these demons. As a woman, no one had told me how to fight these demons growing up in the church. Even my mother, who's been in the church for many years, wavered. And I said, how can you believe in Jesus? You can't believe in demons. Let me tell you something, my people, my peeps. Sometimes the Most High God will send the opposite to you to wake you up, to show that He is real. That's why even to this day, people, places, they cannot go. Because I feel the presence of evil. Even churches, you cannot enter into. And I know they say church is a hospital for the sick. But you must understand, a lot of churches have been infiltrated with witches and warlocks that have great holds over their congregations. for the church that I went to, when fighting, when running, when scared at one point of what the Most High was opening up more, revealing more and more to me of the spiritual realm. It wasn't the fluffy little angels that you would hope the Most High would reveal to you. Oh no, it was quite the opposite. When I ran to church, I was like, I'll get baptized. I'll do anything to have this stuff stop. I wanted to stop. I'm tired of going into stores and having to leave because of people being oppressed so heavily by demons, whether it's of their will or not. I couldn't tell you because I'm not asked the Most High God to even give me the discernment to understand, is it of their will or are the demons oppressing them? I just leave. Flee. Because once you um, are in the presence of evil, you see, it's just not the feeling. Demonic entities have smells to them. It's something I don't like to talk about much because people get afraid, and I don't want anyone to be afraid by my message. Because let me tell you, I was never the one to like scary movies like haunted houses or possessions of so and so, and was never the one to watch those. So I don't want my message to make anyone afraid. Matter of fact, I would hope that it empowers you. That's what I would hope it does, is empower you. Because if you ever come across this in your life, or if you're going through this, that you know, which I had to understand, that it's a battle for your soul. So this is the understanding that I had to come into. Has it stopped? No. Aspects of it? Yes. The bumping, the Most High has removed that. The seeing the evil in people, knowing the presence of demonic spirits being around. No, that hasn't stopped. That's why I stay to myself for the most part. Even in the field that I do. And it's so ironic because I've always put that, the phrase, I'm a people person. I've always been a people person. I've always enjoyed people watching, seeing people, how they act, their cultures. I've always enjoyed experiencing life and people and the different ways of life and how they approach life. So this has been very traumatic, I guess you could say. But it was a slow awakening for me because the Most High God slowly revealed the veil or dropped the veil over my eyes, my hearing, my vision, night visions, day visions of people, places, and things. So I wrestle here being a female, a black female, when I express or even show emotions, especially with tears. Seeing so many platforms of black men denouncing and disregarding our tears as real emotions, disregarding our tears, but in the same breath saying, don't be so masculine. So a few weeks ago, I expressed a dream that I had, that I was on a path, many different dreams in one dream, that I had to keep going forward on this path. Which brings me to being a soldier, wrestling, a witness for the Most High God. Because you see, just speaking, and that's all I do, is speak when I am on my channel, is misconstrued as teaching. I can only give my testimony, for it is real and it is mine. And I can only confess and glorify the name of the Most High God. And so, if anyone, male, preacher or teacher, feels that I am teaching, well, tonight I say, you must take that up with the Most High God. I can only give my testimony of what has happened to me and what I am seeing in these last days, and it is not of anyone on any of these platforms that are talking about casting out of demons, laying hands, and casting out of demons, because they are real. Everyone wants to be a superstar in this walk with the Most High God instead of giving the glory and the honor and the praise to Him. I pray that you do not have fear in your heart. If any, what the world would call supernatural occurrences happen to you, but call on the Most High God, Jesus, because that's what made that demon flee for me. So if the Most High God wants me to continue to say what I've witnessed and what I've gone through and what He has not relinquished me from going through, I will do that. And if anyone considers that as teaching, they can take that up with the Most High God Himself. Because I wrestle with this. I cry and shed tears regarding this. Because people that have not had this type of encounter with the spiritual realm, well, you see, it's hard for them to understand that spirits exist. And we definitely are in the last days when they're going to make their appearance known more and more. The veil is thinning for the world. The veil had started thinning for me a long time ago. I don't know why the Most High God would want me to know that demons are real. He could have sent an angel and told me, demons are real. He could have sent an angel and said, I live. But knowing me, because I'm stubborn, I know. I had to get a spanking from the Most High God. Yeah. You see, the story of Job, the part of the story when the demon is talking about Job to the Most High God, and God says, you can test Job, but don't kill him. You make him sick, take his money, his family, destroy him in all ways, but you can't kill him. Most people don't understand how powerful demons are. Something that you can't even see. Most people don't understand the power of the entities that walk around you day and night, and the hedge of protection that the Most High has around you. For if not, that hedge of protection around you, they're so jealous of you and your light that they would rip you to pieces. Even the slightest touch is powerful, you see. So I can't stop talking. can't. Because I'd rather you hear my voice and be touched by my voice than be pushed and shook by a demonic entity as I was. Wrestling. So I heard this story tonight of Jacob wrestling with an angel. And I was like, well, goodness, why can I wrestle with an angel instead of a demon? But I actually didn't wrestle with the demon myself. I might have got pushed around, shook up a little bit. But thank God, Jacob wrestled with an angel. Before I get out of here tonight, I want you to hear the story of Jacob wrestling with this angel. Because I don't know why I've always had an affinity, a liking to, well, I'll let you listen to the story. A certain angel. An angel I felt that was in the presence when I called on the Father. I felt that an angel was standing in between me and those pit bulls that stood like statues, stopped instantly in their place before they pounced on me. Before they pounced, I said, Father. Those pit bulls stopped instantly. I don't know why I thought Michael was standing there in front of me, the archangel. I don't know why I have an affinity to thinking that Michael is always there, the archangel. But you see, Michael is not with everyone. So, I want to let you listen to how Jacob, the father of the Israelites, Israel, how he wrestled with this angel. Let's get into it.
End of chapter 6, part 9. Chapter 6, Jacob, part 10 of the Legends of the Jews, volume 1. Jacob wrestles with the angel. The servants of Jacob went before him with the present for Esau, and he followed with his wives and his children. As he was about to pass over the ford of Jabbok, he observed a shepherd, who likewise had sheep and camels. The stranger approached Jacob and proposed that they should ford the stream together and help each other move their cattle over. And Jacob assented on the condition that his possessions should be put across first. In the twinkling of an eye, Jacob's sheep were transferred to the other side of the stream by the shepherd. Then the flocks of the shepherd were to be moved by Jacob, but no matter how many he took over to the opposite bank, always there remained some on the hither shore. There was no end to the cattle, though Jacob labored all the night through. At last he lost patience, and he fell upon the shepherd and caught him by the throat, crying out, "O thou wizard, at night no enchantment succeeds."
Let me pause it there, because y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I do. Because I know the church ain't taught you all the stories of Jacob wrestling with that angel. Did we know there was a shepherd? Did we know that Jacob was moving his flock across a river? And Jacob was moving these flocks, working. Like, wait a minute, these sheep should be done. They should be already across the river. I'm telling you, angels will appear as men. Angels will appear as people. You are hosting angels unaware. And sometimes, well, they're always around you, just like these entities. But Jacob was frustrated. I done worked hard and these sheep ain't across this river yet. So he gets upset with this shepherd man. Who is this shepherd man? Let's continue.
The angel thought, very well. Let him know once for all with whom he has had dealings. And with his finger he touched the earth, whence fire burst forth. But Jacob said, What? Thou thinkest thus to affright me, who am made wholly of fire? The shepherd was no less a personage than the archangel Michael, and in his combat with Jacob, he was assisted by the whole host of angels under his king.
Hold on, let me give a shout out to Michael. The archangel Michael. Yes, indeed. The shepherd was cloaked as Michael. He was hidden. Well, let me say that it was the opposite. Michael was cloaked as a shepherd. The archangel Michael. Do you know who the archangel Michael is? Oh my goodness. How can I even explain this to you? When it's time for Jesus to come back and he says, Michael, stand up. Oh, this is a bad boy. Archangel Michael. Oh my goodness. He's definitely a leader, a fighter. The number one. Let's go.
He was on the point of inflicting a dangerous wound upon Jacob when God appeared, and all the angels, even Michael himself, felt their strength ooze away. Seeing that he could not prevail against Jacob, the archangel touched the hollow of his thigh and injured him. And God rebuked him, saying, Dost thou act as is seemly when thou causest a blemish in my priest Jacob? Michael said in astonishment, Why, it is I who am thy priest.
Okay. I have to stop and break this down for you all. We know that Michael was trying to get away from Jacob. Then wrestled Michael down because he's in human form, right? He'd have wrestled Michael down. Because have you ever thought, how can he wrestle angel now? Michael's in human form. Okay? Jacob has wrestled Michael down. He's holding him down. They wrestling. Michael, he's like, let me use my superpowers. Let me use my holy powers. I got to get away from him. The other angels up above, the host, I don't know if y'all caught that, but rewind this video. The host of angels are watching this because they got Michael's back. Michael can be like, man, you think the devil got legions. Michael got more than legions. The host of angels, my people, my peeps, are watching this incident go down. And they're like, Michael, you need to come on. Get out of here. You got to get back to heaven. Michael is down here wrestling with Jacob. Y'all don't understand how deep this is. This is better than Mike Tyson versus whomever. This is the fight of the decade, the century, the millennia, the forever ever. Okay, this is the fight. This is the ticket you want to have to see ringside. What? Jacob has got Michael in human form as a shepherd wrestling him. Michael is like, hold up. I'm going to have to pull out my superpowers. I'm about to touch him in the hollow of his thigh and wound him. But why? What? Oh, the Most High watching a battle too. What? This is the fight. I told y'all. Everybody got tickets to this fight. Everybody got tickets to this wrestling match. The Most High watching too. Most High said, hold up. Pause for the cause. Ring the bell. Ding, 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 ding. Go to your corners. The Most High God asked Michael, excuse me, Michael, why have you wounded my priest? Michael is astonished. He's shook. He's shocked. He's appalled. Well, he might not be appalled, but he's kind of bewildered. He's confused. Most High God, he speaks out. I thought I was your priest. I thought I was the priest of your priest. The Most High God had to make it plain. See, they didn't tell us this in church. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to help y'all out. The Most High God said, let me tell you something, Michael. Yes. You are my priest in heaven. Yes. But Jacob, Jacob, you see, is my priest on earth. You see, these are different dimensions. My people, my peeps. We are in different dimensions. That's why Michael had to shapeshift, had to take on the presence of a human to be in this dimension. But the Most High God, during the wrestling match, had to break it up. Ding, ding, had to ring the bell. Hold up, you done wounded my priest. And Mike always got offended. Wait a minute, I'm your priest. No, you're my priest in heaven, the heavenly realm. And Jacob is my priest in the earthly realm. Let's continue. Ooh, it's good. Let's go.
God said, thou art my priest in heaven, and he is my priest on earth. Thereupon Michael summoned the archangel Raphael, saying, my comrade, I pray thee, help me out of my distress, for thou art changed of all disease.
Oh, wait. Pause for the cause. OMG. Oh, goodness. Michael then called his homeboy and said, Angel, Gabriel, what's the name of it? Because the other angel, he is a minister of the word. Hold on. Michael's a fighter. Hold on. Let me see if I can rewind that.
With these words, thou art a fire.
Oh, goodness.
I shall be present when he changes it.
Oh, no, I went too far. Hold on.
Pleaded with him, saying, the angels that betray the heavenly secret were banished.
Hold on.
Held him back, saying, art thou a thief, or a gambler with dice that thou fearest the day?
I'm gonna get it. Y'all just hold tight.
And then God appointed Michael as the guardian angel of Jacob.
Oh, hold on. Oh, I didn't want y'all to hear that yet. Oh, here we go.
And God rebuked him, saying, dost thou act as is seemly when thou causest the blemish in my priest Jacob? Michael said in astonishment, why, it is I who am thy priest. But God said, thou art my priest in heaven, and he is my priest on earth. Thereupon Michael summoned the archangel Raphael, saying,
there we go. That's the name I needed. Raphael. Ooh, and that's a pretty name too. He called Raphael. You know, they got everybody got their levels of their occupations, their level of what they do in heaven and in earth, my people, my peeps. Oh, Michael is a fighter. He's a warrior. He's a bad boy. He's a bad angel. Oh, I mean, not a bad angel, but you know, the slang. Michael then got checked by the Most High God. Hold up, I'm watching a wrestling match. I'm watching because I'm the Most High God. Michael, why did you didn't touch the Jacob's inner thigh? You didn't hurt my priest. Michael is like, oh my goodness, I thought I was your priest. And the Most High God had to make it plain. You are my priest in heaven, and Jacob is my priest on earth. These are two different realms. You don't overstep your bounds, okay? Well, Michael, realizing what he has done, then he has hurt the Most High God's priest on earth, because Jacob was not letting him go. Okay? He wasn't, Jacob is like, I got you. And so Michael calls Raphael and says, Raphael, can you heal the wound that I have placed upon Jacob in the hollow of his thigh? And they boys, they in heaven. They like, I got you, bro. I got you. Yeah. Bing, bing, bong. Done. Okay. Bing, bing, bong. Done. Raphael has healed the wound in Jacob's thigh. Let's continue.
Comrade, I pray thee, help me out of my distress, for thou art changed with the healing of all disease. And Raphael cured Jacob of the injury Michael had inflicted. The Lord continued to reproach Michael, saying, Why didst thou do harm unto my firstborn son? And the archangel answered, I did it only to glorify thee. And then God appointed Michael as the guardian angel of Jacob and his seed unto the end of all generations with these words, Thou art a fire, and so is Jacob a fire. Thou art the head of the angels, and he is head of the nations. Thou art supreme over all the angels, and he is supreme over all the people. Therefore, he who is supreme over all the angels shall be appointed unto him who is supreme over all the people.
Hallelujah.
That he may have chosen for him the supreme one over all.
Oh, wait a minute. Did y'all hear that? That right there, tears is forming in my eyes right now. I told y'all when I was walking and them dogs tried to attack me, and I thought I felt an angel was in the presence of me, stopping them dogs, because them dogs stopped right in their tracks when I said, Father. Those were the only words I can utter. I didn't say the Most High God. I wasn't thinking about my daddy, my father on earth. I knew who I was thinking of in my mind, and he knew who I was calling on. Okay, I said, Father, Hallelujah. Oh, and those dogs stopped in their tracks. They stopped. Do you hear me? It was like I was in a movie, and it's hard for me to explain. And I wish and I pray that you understand the words that come out of my mouth are sincere. These were vicious pit bull dogs, the ones with the jaws that look like they've been working out on steroids. Their jaws hang out like muscles on the side of their mouth. Two of them running up, about to pounce. And all I could say is, Father. Not in a loud voice, not Father, not yelling. I just said, Father. Those dogs were about to pounce and stopped inches, and I mean inches, away from me. And when I say I feel that it was Michael standing in between me and those dogs. Those dogs were about to tear me to pieces. I mean, my flesh would have been just torn to pieces because I had nothing but workout clothes on. I was on a walk. I was on a mission to work out. And I said, Father, I tell you, Michael was there. And this passage tells you, Israel, that Michael is protecting Israel. Oh, let's get into it. Let's get into it before I get out of here.
Then Michael said unto Jacob, How is it possible that thou who couldst prevail against me, the most distinguished of the angels, art afraid of Esau? When the day broke, Michael said to Jacob, Let me go, for the day breaketh. But Jacob held him back, saying, Art thou a thief, or a gambler with dice, that thou fearest the daylight? At that moment appeared many different hosts of angels, and they called unto Michael, Ascend, O Michael, the time of song hath come, and if thou art not...
Let me tell you something before this get all into this right here. We all have a job to do. Okay? We all have a job to do. And see, here on this earthly realm, here in this earthly plane, these demons, witches, and warlocks have us twisted, thinking our job to do is wake up in the morning time because it's about to be Monday morning, right? It's about to be Monday morning. We got to wake up and be at a job at a certain time, or you'll be late. You get chastised. You get something, written up. It might be your third write up. Got to go. But you got a job to do because they done took what the Most High God had already had established and put it into slavery for us here down in this earthly realm. Let me not digress. But Michael has a job to do. He leads the choir. He was like, oh, I gotta go. But his boys in heaven, the angel, the host of heaven. There's a lot of angels, my people, my peeps. Just imagine the host of heaven. They get closer because they don't watch the fight. They don't watch the wrestling match. They get closer because day is breaking. So there's a time that something has to happen because Michael is in charge of something else other than fighting the battles down here. He has other duties to do. Day is breaking. The hosts of angels in heaven are worried for Michael. Because see, when you mess up on the Most High God's timeline, when he says, oh, you didn't clock in, well, let me tell you what you're going to do. You're going to burn in hell for such and such a time, or you're going to be in the darkness of hell for such. That's how it goes down, okay? Quiet as it's kept. The host, you hear me, of angels told Michael, day is breaking. You must get back up to heaven. You got to get here. Let's go.
Heaven to lead the choir, none will sing. And Michael entreated Jacob in supplications to let him go, for he feared the angels of Arabah would consume him with fire if he were not there to start the songs of praise at the proper time. Jacob said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. Whereto Michael made the reply, who is greater, the servant or the son? I am the servant, and thou art the son. Why then cravest thou my blessing? Jacob urged as an argument, the angels that visited Abraham did not leave without blessing him, but Michael held. They were sent by God for that very purpose, and I was not. Yet Jacob insisted upon his demand, and Michael pleaded with him, saying, the angels that betray the heavenly secret were banished from their place for 138 years. Dost thou desire that I should acquaint thee with what would cause my banishment likewise?
Pause for the cause. Pause for the cause. I hope y'all picked up what Michael just put down. I hope you picked up what Michael put down, what Enoch put down and told you all. Well, maybe not all of y'all, because they took the book of Enoch out of the Bible. But the book of Enoch explained how these angels came down upon man and was giving them, the secrets of heaven, and how they got banished, and how they pleaded and they wanted, oh, I'm sorry, Father. Oh, forgive me, Father. Can I come back to heaven? And the Father, the Most High God, said, no, you are banished. This is your lot. No, you cannot come back. You cannot resume your duties. So you just heard Michael. He clarified it for you guys. Michael said, look, do you not know the other angels that told you guys the secrets, that blessed you with secrets, that gave you the 411? Do you not know what happened to those angels? They were banished for years and years upon years. Do you want that to happen to me? I'm Michael, the archangel. You want that to happen to me? That's what he just told Jacob. Let's go.
The angel nevertheless had to yield. Jacob could not be moved, and Michael took counsel with himself thus. I will reveal a secret to him, and if God demands to know why I revealed it, I will make answer. Thy children stand upon their wishes with thee, and thou dost yield to them. How then could I have left Jacob's wish unfulfilled? Then Michael spoke to Jacob, saying, A day will come when God will reveal himself unto thee, and he will change thy name, and I shall be present when he changeth it. Thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For happy thou, of woman born, who didst enter the heavenly palace, and didst escape thence with thy life. And Michael blessed Jacob with the words, May it be the will of God that descendants be as pious as thou art. At the same time, the archangel reminded Jacob that he had promised to give a tithe of his possessions unto God. And at once Jacob separated 550 head of cattle from his herds, which counted 5,500. Then Michael went on, But thou hast sons, and of them thou hast not set apart the tenth. Jacob proceeded to pass his sons in review. Reuben, Joseph, Dan, and Gad, being firstborn, each of his mother, were exempt, and there remained but 8 sons. And when he had named them down to Benjamin, he had to go back and begin over again with Simon the 9th, and finish with Levi as the 10th. Michael took Levi with him into heaven, and presented it before God, saying, O Lord of the world, this one is thy lot, and the 10th belonging unto thee. And God stretched forth his hand and blessed Levi, with the blessing that his children should be the servants of God on earth, as the angels were his servants on high. Michael spoke again.
Hold up.
Not a king provide for this.
Hold up. Let me say something real quick, because I don't want that just to just pass us by with the tribe of Levi, the priests, because they are the only tribe of Israel that are the priests of the Most High God. Okay, they are the priests of Israel. Okay. So they are our priests. So I didn't want that to pass by without that being spoken, because they didn't get the blessings or the inheritance the same as Israel. Their blessings is Israel giving unto them the offerings and tithes and things of that nature. So that was awesome just to hear that being spoken within this lesson right here. So let's continue.
Sustenance of his servants. Whereupon God appointed for the Levites all that was holy unto the Lord. Then Jacob spoke to the angel. My father conferred the blessing upon me that was intended for Esau. And now I desire to know whether thou wilt acknowledge the blessing as mine, or wilt bring charges against me on account of it. And the angel said, I acknowledge the blessing to be thine by right. Thou didst not gain it by craft and cunning, and I and all the heavenly powers recognize it to be valid. For thou.
Let me break that down real quick, if I may. Okay. Jacob want to confirm. Okay. Like if you want a new car, but something kind of felt a little fishy about you winning this new car, because your mama told you to go to a certain car lot at a certain time and wear a certain color, because that's the color they gonna pick. If you go to the car lot, they looking for people that got a certain color on them. If you know the story, you know where I'm going with this. At a certain time, or maybe she said, well, bring some donuts. Let me say it like that because it was food involved. Bring some donuts to the certain car lot at a certain time, and you gonna win that car, because they want to eat some donuts. They gonna be hungry, right? Okay, so this is the breakdown. I gotta take you back when Jacob and Esau, they're brothers. Okay, the white man and the black man. Oh, quiet. This is kept as brothers. This is the nations. This is. I'm sorry if some of y'all get offended. I gotta be real. I gotta stay what the Bible said. This is what the Bible said. Sarah had 2 nations in her stomach. 2 nations of people. 2 different people. They came from a black woman. That's why black folks can birth out white people. Quiet as it's kept, but it's true. Okay. let's continue. But we brothers and sisters. If you want to act right, get some act right. We good. We cool. But nevertheless, Sarah knew what was popping. Y'all correct me because I just think I had a brain fart. Sarah, okay, knew what was going down. Uh, Abraham was about to bless, the two boys, but each of the sons had two different type of blessings coming, right? So, and y'all correct me because I'm feeling kind of funny if I'm saying I think it's Sarah, but yeah, let me keep it pushing. The blessings was coming. Abraham, he done got old. Abraham, the father of all nations. He is old. He can't hardly see, but he loved him some potted meat, some spicy meat. Hence the donuts. Okay, y'all put it together. Maybe it'll click later after this live is over. He wanted him some spicy meat. Esau was a man of the field, a hunter, just like my brothers do today. They love to go out and hunt. Okay, he was a hunter. He had straight, like spiky, like hair, like the hair of a goat, like kind of straight, spiky hair. Jacob is a brother. Okay, he got woolly hair, like your sister in the picture, woolly hair. Okay, dark skin. And they two different nations, but they came from the same mother. Sarah, the mother, knows that the blessings is getting ready to go down. So she tells her son Jacob, I want you to go and take this meat, this food to your dad because he's getting ready to bless. He's getting ready to put out these blessings upon you and your brother. And I need you to go in there and get this blessing because the mother knew what was up. And Jacob's like, well, you know, my brother Esau, he has straight, like spiky hair, like the hair of a goat. My hair is not like Jacob's. I mean, like Esau's hair. And so Jacob is like, I'm confused. How you want me to do this, mother? And the mother said, I got this. I got this under control. Look, put this goat skin on your arms. Put this goat skin tied around your neck. And I done made your dad's favorite meal. He liked the spicy meat. So when you go in there, because he can't hardly see, so he ain't gonna know, go in here, serve him the meat. So Jacob put on the goat skin, because Jacob hair is like the sister hair in the picture that you see right now. He go in, he tip in. Dad, I got your meat, I got your food. Oh, Esau, because the dad thought it was Esau, because Abraham loved Esau, but Sarah, the mama, loved Jacob. Y'all can't tell me parents don't have no favorite children. Y'all can't tell me this is a lie because it's in the Bible. And folks have favorite children. Okay? So he's thinking it's Esau. He getting ready to bless Esau. Hey, he feed the daddy the meal. He said, come closer. Come closer. You don't sound like Esau. Come, because Jacob, hey, Dad. Got that deep voice. Hey, Dad, I got your. Hold on. Hey, Dad, I got your meal. Come closer. Let me touch you. Abraham touching, feeling. Oh, okay, you got that little spiky, straight like hair. Okay. He got fooled, y'all. And so he blesses Jacob with the promise that we are coming into as Jakes. So Esau comes from the field. He gets ready to serve up his dad the spicy meat he liked to eat. He comes from the field because he's a hunter. He's been out in the field all day hunting. He come in. He cooks the spicy meats for his dad. He comes in. He serves He said, "Hey, Dad, I'm here. It's Esau. I'm ready for my blessing." And the dad said, "Esau? Well, I just blessed you. What are you talking about, Esau?" And Esau's like, "No, Daddy, no. I've been in the field all day. I just cooked the spicy meat for you. What are you talking? No. What? Yeah." The dad blessed Jacob with the promise that is getting ready to be fulfilled. The end time promise, my people, my peeps. The everlasting promise, my people, my peeps, that we will rule everlasting. And so Esau screams out, "No! What about me? What you gave Jacob, my brother, the promise. What about me? What do I get?" Oh my goodness. Abraham, he's like, "Let me bless you." So Esau is blessed with the sword, the power to rule of all nations, but only for a short time. Short time. It seemed like a long time, but it's a short time. He's blessed with the power of the sword. You know, the sword that Esau has now, but his sword is diminishing the USA. You know how we had the power of our military fight, nuclear weapons. Esau, the power of the sword he was blessed with to rule the nations and the fat of the land. But within that blessing comes an end. And the elder, who is Esau, shall serve the younger, who is Jacob. So we are here now with Jacob wrestling the angel. And Jacob, he needs to know, he needs to have the clarification, the understanding that his blessing is legit from this angel. Michael, is my blessing legit? And Michael says, yes. There is no foul play in your blessing. You may hear preachers say, well, Sarah tricked Jacob, had him go in there and trick Abraham. It's all in the Most High's plan. So Michael has clarified that and said the blessing is secure and legit. Let's continue.
Has shown thyself master over the mighty powers of heaven, as over Esau and his legions. And even then, Jacob would not let the angel depart. He had to reveal his name to him first. And the angel made known to him that it was Israel, the same name that Jacob would once bear. At last the angel departed, after Jacob had blessed him. And Jacob called the place of wrestling Penuel, the same place to which before he had given the name Mahanaim, for both words had but one meaning, the place of encounter with angels.
And with that, my people, my peeps, I bid you farewell and good night and much, much love.